Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. This is your host, Debbie. Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. I'm your host, Debbie, and today we're having a rogue-centric episode.
Hello.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Mike. I run Rogue Media Network here in Waco, roguemedianetwork.com. Do not go to roguemedia.com.
Oh, no.
That lady wants $5,000 for that
Whew.
URL, and I
Don't
don't
do
want to
that.
pay her.
Wow, well,
So,
that's exciting.
yeah.
Thanks for being on.
Isn't that exciting? She and I have talked several times, and I'm just, price keeps going up. I don't like it.
Nope.
So, Debbie, before we get started, I want to say Happy New Year to you.
Yay.
And the funny thing about this is the second time we've recorded this episode.
You're not supposed to tell them that. You spoiled the magic.
Yeah,
the magic.
Magic spoiled. When they saw it was me, magic was spoiled
Yeah, I
to
knew
begin with. But I want to thank you for being a part of Rogue as much as you have been over the years. You are one of the reasons we do what we do. You are you've been pretty much a constant at Rogue.
It's true.
The entire time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, yeah.
February will make 3 years.
Yeah, it's nuts.
3 years.
Nuts.
That's so there's 52 weeks in a year.
You could have
times
a 3-year-old.
Oh, that low. Don't tell me that. That's too far.
Well, you kind of do.
I mean,
no
I guess
Waco's
so.
your 3-year-old.
No Waco is my baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I couldn't have done it without Rogue. So of course I'm going to give you the normal No Waco treatment.
Yeah, please.
Because you've never actually been on an episode, so you're not even a veteran.
Yeah.
So what brought you to Waco, or are you a Waco native?
So Debbie, I was born in Taipei, Taiwan.
Wow.
My dad was in the Air Force. That was in 1917.
Wow.
No,
when
it
he's
was
140 years old.
I was born there because he was in the Air Force. We then moved to San Angelo, Texas.
I know, out west. I'm from Odessa.
Yeah. Nothing happens there, with the exception of, as a small child, you trip over the heater grate and bust your lip several times.
A few times, yeah.
But then we moved to Waco, where my parents' family and everybody is from. Lived here most of my life, moved to Austin 5 or 6 years, kind of tooled around there, and then came back because of family commitments and stuff. So the Waco suck got me. Yeah.
And so now you've been with Rogue for a while. So tell me about how you got with Rogue, how Rogue became a thing.
Well, we started in 2019. As you know, we started over on Franklin.
I met a middle-aged man in a warehouse.
That's right. You met me in a warehouse
scary.
in the middle of the night. Just off of an Instagram post.
Yeah.
So
Don't meet your heroes.
Could have sold your kidneys like 3 or 4 times. But don't meet your heroes. Thank you. That's wonderful. Anyway, we met. We started your show. I would sit out in the hallway there at the warehouse and record these shows and hope that no deliveries came or somebody didn't chop up a car in the back or
there
whatever.
was a chop shop in the back.
At the end, there was a guy with a lizard shop there. He is still there and doing well.
Doing well with his lizards.
God bless him.
Yeah.
I think it's Yo-Yo.
Exotic Pets.
Yo-Yo. It's like Yo-Yo 2 or something.
And Steve's Barbershop.
It's Steve. Yeah, well, Steve
Steve's
is a constant, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude has been there for a while now. He does a heck of a business. Steve's a great guy. If you're watching this, Steve, we miss you. We moved from there over to Washington, and we had our space next to the escape rooms there. Where we inherited an event space and through a bunch of weird events.
Yeah. We brought back the live garage band scene here in Waco, live music. We single-handedly brought back the drag scene here in Waco. We brought back
a lot.
80s proms.
We did an 80s prom.
We almost got sued. We did some bad commercials.
It is crazy the amount of stuff we did over there.
For a year and a half.
Yeah, we were there for a year and a half, and then we moved over here in July of this year, and it's been a crazy kind of 3 years that the growth that we've seen and just the people we've met and the great folks that we've worked with.
Yeah.
I mean, some folks that I never thought we would work with, you know. And,
so we moved to this location with about 70 podcasts. Where are we now?
We're, I think the last time I looked, 104, 105, something like that. So the catalog is big. We put out probably 40 episodes a week.
Wow. Mine are
two
most
of yours
them.
being, well, you've got what, 3 episodes that come out a week?
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
you got 2 Poltergals in this?
Yeah. And for December, it was just like Poltergals nonstop. So
Yeah. Oh my God. You had a lot of Poltergals. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys, I don't know if you've looked at the charts, but y'all climbed like crazy.
Yeah. No Waco's usually like bottom 10, and then Polter, I think, is now like mid.
Yeah.
So
No, I think
2 in the top.
I think when I looked this morning, if I look at the last 30 days, you guys are at like number 4 or 5.
Woo.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
You guys have come way up.
Yeah.
And now for a word from our sponsors.
911, what's your emergency?
Do you hear that? It's coming from the house.
It's coming from inside the house? Do you mean? Could it be?
The Poltergeist. New from Rogue Media. 2 haunted hotties talking about haunted places. Every episode, we dive deep into the darkest places and give you a bit of history.
We're getting spooky in all the right places.
You've gobbled your last ghoul.
Follow along for the craziest and spookiest stories with Debbie's Dark Tourism. The Stanley Hotel,
Winchester House,
The Alamo,
Hotel Monte Vista,
and more spooky places. Find us at _Poltergals. POLTERGALS.
Look over your shoulder. It's us,
The Poltergals. Wherever you consume the podcast, you can find us there.
Hi, this is Sarah,
And I'm Carter.
and this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're 2 Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and vinyl. So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded 1-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that 1-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that 1-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a 1-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.
And now, back to the episode.
It just it speaks to consistency.
Yeah.
And always
doing the
putting
damn
something
thing.
out, you know.
Yeah. Oh, no, I said the bad word on my own podcast.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
It's okay.
Mike's a bad influence.
It's okay. I said hell earlier.
You're going to have to bleep it. No, I'm kidding.
I will. I'll believe it.
But yeah, so Rogue has been around for quite a while now, and we have something exciting coming up for 2023, which is why I have you here.
We do.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I have to do something exciting to get on your show. I
Yeah,
can't just come
yeah,
on your show. We have RogueCon 23.
RogueCon
23. Coming up January 20th through the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
It was a celebration of creators and all kinds of creations.
Mm-hmm.
So if we think about that, we think about the podcasters and the YouTubers and the TikTokers and the horse-drawn carriages. I don't know if that one belongs, but
hey, we're not gonna have micro wrestling, are we?
I'm not saying we're not, because if I can work it out, we will.
We will.
There's a lot of stuff that we're gonna have here. So the way this works is it is a 3-day thing. Like I said, it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. January. It's June. January 20th through the 22nd. So on the 20th, everybody will gather over at Nexus.
Kickoff.
We'll have a big kickoff concert. Introduce everybody to everything.
You get a goodie bag.
They'll get their goodie bags. They'll get their bracelets for the con, and we'll have a big celebration of thanks for coming, and here's what you can expect.
Yeah.
Then on Saturday, we will have 6 locations in downtown Waco open. So it's going to be Nexus, Undercroft, Cultivate, Startup Waco, Texas Music Cafe, and Waco Escape Rooms.
Yeah.
So if we think about it, Texas Music Cafe will be doing music all day. Waco Escape Rooms will be doing special escape rooms for the con.
Yes.
It's Startup Waco. There will be panels and
I'll be doing one of those.
Demos and
No
things
Waco.
like yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got creators and influencers and people like that coming and telling you how to do this, and people talking about maybe equipment and different ways to make content and get it out there in front of people. Then we go to Nexus. We've got live podcasts and different shows all day, maybe some snakes involved.
Ooh.
We've got the sandwich shop that's open. Then if we go over to Undercroft, we're going to have some, there's like a live poetry slam that's going on down
poetry.
there. Plus Matt, friend of the network, is going to be screening a bunch of his mashup videos that he's made over the last year. Upstairs, at Cultivate, we're going to have the Artist Alley. We'll have all the vendors in there. That'll be all day long, right?
Yeah, all day long.
All day long on Saturday.
11 to 5 Saturday.
We say 11 to 5 because there's a booking at 6.
Yeah, don't worry.
But then the next day on Sunday, so when you go to these events at all these different places, you'll get handed tickets for being a part of the audience or part of the people that show up. And you want to hang on to these tickets because on Sunday, you bring all the tickets back to Nexus where we have another concert, another big festival kind of thing, a send-off for everybody. We're going to put all the tickets in a big hopper, spin them around, and give out some cool prizes.
I'm excited for that. That sounds amazing.
It's $20 for the entire weekend.
Wow.
$20. That's it.
That sounds great. And I mean, it's going to be so exciting seeing so many community content creators, people coming together, doing cool stuff all the time, everywhere. And again, this is just a cool celebration in downtown Waco, especially utilizing those 6 different locations.
Yeah.
So it's really going to give you the opportunity to kind of explore not only downtown, but explore all the cool stuff that's going on.
Well, and the idea here is that those 6 locations will be having stuff, yes, but we want people to just explore downtown.
Yeah.
Right. So visit
Union
the
Hall,
bars, visit the restaurants, visit the other
classy.
shops down there. Yeah. Stay Classy is definitely a partner. Cauldron and
Casket and Cauldron. Yeah,
I'm
they'll
so
be
sorry,
doing a
Sean.
cool burlesque show.
Yeah, there'll be a burlesque show that night.
We're going to try and funnel everybody too.
Yeah, we'll be pushing people that way. But Waco Axe Company, Glass Phoenix. I mean, there's just so many little shops downtown, and we hope that people will take the time that when you're going from one thing to the next, that you'll stop into some of those little shops and just kind of see what they have. Maybe you've not been in there. Maybe you've always wanted to go in there.
Yeah.
There's just cool stuff downtown, and hopefully this helps kind of generate some interest in everything down there.
And this event sounds like a wonderful way to kick off 23. I mean, 2023 is coming up before we know it, so it's kind of crazy to think about we're done with 2022. We got a whole year ahead of us, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. So
insanity.
What an amazing proof of concept, and just doing something cool.
Yeah. You can anybody out there that wants tickets, you can go to roguecon23.com or you can go over to roguemedianetwork.com and it'll route you over where you need to be. The tickets, like I say, are $20. It's super, super cheap. And we're bringing some content creators and some influencers and stuff from out of town that we hope will make a big splash here. But the whole idea here is to promote downtown, promote the businesses, promote the people, and just what's happening in downtown Waco.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds amazing. And I know this is just the tip of the iceberg for Rogue. So what are some of the other things you have planned for 2023?
So 2023, we got a couple of things that I'm pretty excited about. One, we'll be working with Michelle and her crew over at Waco and Magazine.
Shout out those guys.
We've got a couple of shows that we're going to start with them. Very excited about those. Excuse me. Baylor University, Baylor Athletics. We are a partner with them. We do John Morris's show, Sick'em, and I think we've got some other stuff in the works.
That's exciting.
We may have talked him into doing some video. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then we have a little show called Bustles and Bangers that is starting. And this is a very simple concept. It's a married couple that are reading
romance novels.
Crappy romance novels to
Crappy
each other.
romance
Yeah,
novels.
they're bad ones. Yeah.
The bad ones.
They cost me $0.25 a piece. But I've had this idea for like a year and a half, and I think
Finally
it's
coming to
very
fruition.
funny. Yeah, I think it's very funny.
And Podcast Diaries.
Yeah. So Podcast Diaries is something that it's kind of a little passion project of mine.
Don't
Excuse
die.
me, Debbie. I'm so sorry.
I'm getting you sick.
The first time we did this, I had water. I drank all my water, and then we were told there was no audio. So Podcast Diaries, basically the national average is 8 shows.
Yeah.
So people
Crazy.
start a podcast, they do 8 shows, and then they quit because it's either too hard or life gets in the way or whatever.
I've already
right?
passed 80
You're
episodes.
at 100 and...
It's almost like, I think it's almost 150. February will make about 150.
That's crazy.
So I'm somewhere,
Yeah.
I'm after 100, but
Yeah.
somewhere before
That's
150.
nuts. Yeah. Between you and Ann Harder and a couple other shows, boy, we are way over the hundreds with a lot of those.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, Podcast Diaries is just me interviewing people who do the podcasts all over the world. But these people are people that are committed to their shows. And we talk about their drive and their stick-to-itiveness and just the commitment they've made and what's been hard, what's been easy, why people should start, why people should not stop, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's only about a 20-minute listen, but I got to tell you, I put out a post looking for people to talk to, and everywhere but Reddit, it was very successful. Reddit yelled at me and asked me who I was and why I was here. But that's very Reddit of you. So,
Yeah. Good job, Reddit.
Everywhere else, I got a really good response, and I'd say probably within 2 hours of putting out that first post, I had like 30 interviews scheduled. I've done about 20 of those so far.
Wow.
And so that's where my voice has gone. But they have all just been fascinating. There's so many fascinating people out there that are doing such cool stuff, and I suggest listening to a couple of them because they're truly inspiring. A couple of these folks.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, that's so great. Well, of course, give us all of your information where you can plug yourself. Give us where we can find you, find more information.
Just always go to roguemedianetwork.com. Do not go to roguemedia.com because I'm not giving that lady any money. You can also go to roguecon23.com because that's where you can get your tickets and find out all about everything that's happening at RogueCon.
Yeah.
I promise that schedule will be up by the time this is out.
Hopefully.
No, it will be. I've made that commitment between you, the camera, and whoever's listening upstairs, and it's mostly squirrels.
I was going to say.
But yeah, those are the two places. Anywhere on social media, just look for Rogue Media Network. Most places, you just spell it out and you're good to go.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so glad I've finally had you on an episode of No Waco. How do you feel?
It feels wonderful, Debbie.
Great.
I feel like I'm going to go pick out a coffin now.
It only took
all
3
over.
years to do it.
That's right. It only took 3 years. Hey, just before we go, I don't know if I've done it on this episode because I did it on the last one that doesn't count. But I want to thank you just for sticking with us and being an integral part of Rogue Media Network.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. All right.
That's it.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Find us everywhere on all social media platforms, KNOW_Waco. Check us out at roguemedianetwork.com, and we're on YouTube under Rogue Media Network. Check out nowaco.com.
Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Mike.
And we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros, Foes, Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.